All right.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. No,
Here we are, back in the garage. That Ranger Life, a show is sometimes about golf. Over here, Kris McEwen at Kris McEwen.
Hey, everybody.
All the social medias.
Hey.
I don't know if you know this. He is the host of the hit golf podcast, Golf Origin Stories.
It's true.
I'm Bill Bush, driverangeheroes.com at Range Heroes on all the social medias. Speaking of all the social medias,
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, I did something. I registered at Range Heroes on TikTok.
Did you?
Guess how many posts I have up there?
1?
0.
Okay.
Guess how many people I'm following on it?
0?
Correct.
Okay.
But I thought about this and went, I have no plans. Maybe I'm the worst. Maybe this will be an intern grant project.
Do we have that Range Life other socials?
I think so.
Okay.
I feel like I went through that. I definitely don't have TikTok. So you should probably do that. But it dawned on me, I may not want to do TikTok, but I need to protect at Range Heroes on it.
Right,
so
right.
I got that.
Nice job.
So we have that.
Okay.
Hey, while we're on the subject of social medias and the internet and everything you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
if you're watching on YouTube, go down below.
Such a pro.
Hit subscribe so you know. And every time we're gonna pop up in your feed.
Yeah.
We got a video.
Yeah.
And you're back. We're going to get into your vacation. You're back. We're going to get posting.
Can I do the one for the podcasters?
Hit the bell, too.
Oh, yeah, hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Yeah. Podcast listeners, subscribe, leave a rating, leave a review. It does wonders for the podcast. And that is continuing to grow just as much as the YouTube channel. It's been really fun.
Good.
Yeah.
I guess before we get going here, I'm looking at your bucket hat. What's our print on this?
I'm not real sure exactly. It's a Riot Society hat. And it's kind of like a California sort of 90s. It's got the bear on there,
right?
Having a drink. Another Poshmark find.
Does Adam Unfiltered have one yet?
No, these are all one of one.
Good point. I almost bought you a bucket hat.
Adam buys the bigger brim ones. He's got some good big brim ones.
I almost bought you a bucket hat, but it was a large, extra large. I'm like, he doesn't have that big of a hat.
Yeah, that's tough.
So I didn't, but I got my eyes open for
a
specific time in history bucket hat.
All
right, man. How do we do this? I feel like it's been so long, even though as far as the audience is concerned, we've had a show every week.
Yeah.
But
I mean, how was your week off?
It was tough. It's so baked into what I do. It was weird last week being like, all right, I don't have to do a show.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do with myself? And I almost thought, like, I'll just go sit in the garage and pretend to do a show in the dark.
Go Kramer style?
Yeah.
Just do Merv Griffin show?
Shut it down. We got to retool. But, yeah, so it was weird. I don't like it, but at the same time, it was also nice to get caught up on Dawson's Creek and coming down the final stretch there. I think I'm on episode 21 season 6. Okay. And I guess let's just go right into TV talk right out of the gate here.
I finished it.
I figured as much.
I
saw in the notes that one of your comments, like, well, you must have finished it. But there's a couple things that popped out to me here in season 6. Joey, and actually Sarah, my wife, pointed this out to me. Every single episode of this show from day one is Joey in a knockdown, drag-out fight with somebody. Like, it's never even...
definitely a theme of the show.
Every episode, though, like, she's screaming. There is at least one scene of her screaming and yelling at somebody about something stupid.
Wait, is it stupid? Like, some of it is stupid. Other parts of it, I think, are legitimate. Like, it's just a worn trope that I think that they just started to reuse over and over again.
Well, they never stopped using it. Like, it wasn't like they revisited it.
Like the professor in college, like, that dude was the worst.
Yes. The young guy with the daughter?
Yeah, yeah. That guy sucked.
Well, and the whole storyline with him sucked. Like the whole thing was so stupid. But what do you know? Joey's screaming and yelling at somebody,
Right.
and then
Eddie or Pacey.
Well,
or
and then
Dawson,
the whole like she chose her fate, but then all of a sudden had a problem with her pick. It just doesn't make. I'm just so.
She chose her. Oh yeah. She chose her fate. Like she chose.
Which guy?
Eddie, right?
I'm choosing Eddie,
Right.
and then Eddie ends up being really who he's been the whole time, and she has a problem with that.
Right.
It's like, well, what do you think? And it's not Eddie's fault. You made this decision and realized, nah, I don't want to do that because I'm never happy about anything, and nothing's ever settled for me. So I'm over that. Then, thank God we're coming to an end. Now,
Yes.
I wrote a specific quote.
Yeah.
Season 6, episode 10, Joey said, I had better sex in elementary school. And I think it was supposed to be sort of like a passing dismissive.
Yeah, it was a burn. It was like
But
it was kind of a joke on herself.
Well, and like, wait, excuse me? How old are you in elementary school? Do that math real quick. It was very awkward and uncomfortable.
But wait, hold on. You keep making me defend all these. Like, it's not a great line, but it's meant to be in jest. And when you we all said stupid things in college about stupid things.
As a parent with a kid in elementary school, I'm like,
it wasn't a literal joke.
I know, but I'm like, that's a weird. That's a weird pull. Huh.
Fair.
Your brain's
the Christmas episode was where they all went back to Cape Side, right? For dinner.
And Audrey drove through the house.
Yeah. It's the best. I don't like what they did to Audrey. They did Audrey wrong. Obviously one of our favorite characters. Yeah.
They were running. You could tell they were running out of momentum, so they said, "Hang on, let's go play all the hits. We better destroy her."
Right. And have her drive the car through the house, which was really after that it was like a nothing.
Well, don't you like how she drove a car through the house and how nonchalant they were after, like just kind of picking up and go, you have a car-sized hole in your house. Structural integrity, middle of winter. It's Christmas.
Right. They just pulled it out of. They pulled the Beamer out of the house, and then Pacey drove it home.
And Dougie, do him a favor.
Right.
Don't do this.
Look the other way.
Yeah, just look the other way, Dougie.
Right. When they go to explain the hole in the house, just
right.
Let's be like it's the craziest thing. It just fell apart.
It's that Christmas episode was another tough one.
And it was another sort of like kind of convoluted way to get everybody back to the table together. That was a challenge when they went to college. Is like, how do we get these people together? So they can
kill
have
Dawson's dad, so he comes back from California all the time.
Right.
Yeah. I also didn't realize until the Christmas episode the whole time that Pacey's Wall Street job was like a scandalous Ponzi scheme kind of job.
I don't think they didn't do a good job sort of spelling that out for us.
Well, and so when they start giving him lectures about, making the right life choices, are you sure this is where you want to be? I was like, what's wrong? I mean, it's a financial job. What is it?
Right.
And then, of course, I think they realize that.
Yeah.
And so then they really lay it on thick every time.
Like that it's dangerous or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they foreshadow. I mean, the minute that he takes all of Dawson's money, how that's going to work out.
That wasn't predictable at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I thought it was just like a stockbroker office, and they're just pushing stock.
Right. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
How bad? Speaking of career Pacey with his goatee, and he finally shaves up. How bad was the Kmart episode?
I like the Kmart episode.
Okay.
I did like the Kmart episode. It's another like feature, like just the two of them. So there's a couple episodes that I enjoyed, and I found a recurring theme in the episodes that I really liked in season 6.
Okay.
Dawson never shows up in any of my favorite season 6 episodes. And I think there were 3 of them. I think the Kmart one, there were 2 other ones where I was like, I got done watching. I was like, those are good. Those are good. And it was because Dawson wasn't there.
Doss wasn't there to ruin them.
I mean, the Kmart one, I thought it was entertaining and it needed to happen. I thought that we were going to be done with the Joey back and forth at that point. Like, okay, we've settled.
Right.
Because it's episode 19 or something.
Something like that.
Whatever
18,
it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's a plot point in this series that has come to an end.
can put our pin in it.
Right. We're done with that. And Eddie's gone. Whatever. Let's move on and satisfy the other plot lines, but not so much.
And I think it's right around then, right, where I send you the text message. The only true romances of the series is Dawson and Pacey.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'm all right with that.
I can't wait till we have like a retrospective episode of when you finish it.
Don't forget
I can't wait.
Well, don't forget our special guest that we're gonna have.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, speak of our special guest.
Yeah. Callback.
That was my favorite moment in this entire production. It was so good.
100% true. Yeah. You love that episode too, because Dawson got a what for.
Right. I always love when Dawson gets a what for. He needs to.
Right.
The director guy.
Yes.
Todd is his name.
Yeah.
I put in the notes his real name. Hale Ozen.
Okay.
Ozen. I don't know.
Yeah.
But man, that guy's he's great.
He's really good.
We could have used him in this a long time ago.
Yep.
And I feel like he's like the only person who seems like a real actor on the show to some degree.
And he really like he's a slimy director, Hollywood dude, but he embraces it and he plays it off somehow charmingly well.
Well, and
like he's very good.
And he realizes he needs the innocence of Dawson to sort of create some like levity in his life.
Yeah.
I liked him. I liked him a lot.
What episode are you on right now? 22?
2021.
He comes back.
Okay, good. Well, good. He has to. I mean, wrap up the show.
One last time he comes back, and it's very good. He's very good.
What were you going to say about this episode 22? Well, or should you not tell me because I'm not there yet?
Yeah, we'll wait.
Okay.
We'll wait. Probably it'll be part of the retrospective, I would guess.
Okay. And what did you realize in the intro?
There's never on Netflix. It's a Netflix show.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
There's no skip intro.
Yep.
It took me whatever we've watched now, 300 episodes. I'm like, I can't skip this intro.
What about well, thank God.
Well, I mean, that never would.
Speaking of,
that never would.
As much as I gripe about this show and like, oh, I can't take it anymore. That intro, roughly 200 episodes into this thing?
Yeah.
Every single time. I'm
never misses.
Still a banger.
Never misses.
Love it so much. Yep. And I can be tired, I can be crabby, whatever. As soon as it hits, I'm like, all right, feeling it.
Perk up.
Feeling
good.
Yep,
here we
feeling
go.
good.
Here we go. Yep. That's how, I'm telling you, we wouldn't have been able to last this long through this series again without that intro.
No.
That intro is the MVP of the whole show.
Yeah, not a chance.
Yeah.
Then also at the end, when credits come on, usually next episode starting and whatever, it doesn't do that either.
No, you're right. Play through the whole credits and then it shows up. But yeah.
This has been the one thing I'll say in this last rush before it goes off the air. I've missed Walking Dead for the last few weeks, so I have to get caught up on that.
That's probably available for me now. I gotta go watch it, I guess.
Yeah, so I have to get that done. But
what is it? What there's 6 episodes left?
I don't even know.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm just sort of like whatever, as long as it shows up on my TV.
But there is, I did see there is a spinoff with Negan and what's her face? Maggie. Yeah. Like officially, there's a.
No, I texted you. You must have not realized that's why I was texting.
I didn't know if that was like factual. I thought that was like.
No, they had commercials for it, and I go, of course. I don't. Watch, it'll be awesome, and I just don't have it in my spirit. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah. Wait till one last Dawson Creek point. So today, I started watching the hour special on YouTube of their reunion, and it's fantastic.
It is good.
It's really good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, it brings everybody back together. The kids and Grams. Grams is still kicking. Grams. Here's what I learned. I'm just gonna give you one little tidbit from because you should watch that too when you're done. Grams was like an opera singer.
Oh yeah.
Theater, like Broadway, like she was a big deal, man.
Yeah, I went down there.
She was also like 53 years old when she played Grams.
I would say she was old. There's something like she was younger than somebody's parent on the show, but like we need somebody to be this person.
Yeah,
you're gonna be old. So,
yeah, all right. But it's a really a probably it could have been 30 minutes. Didn't have to be 55.
Right. Well,
it's still
a Dawson's Creek thing. Of course, it's
still
gonna
good.
be longer
still
than
good.
it needs to.
Listening to Williamson, the creator, talk about it and how it came about. He wrote Scream.
That's right. Yeah.
He wrote Scream. He wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Now, if you asked to be, I said, oh yeah, that's right, right. You saying it makes me remember.
Yeah,
I would never would have remembered that off the top of my
that was
head.
his first like thing was Scream.
Right.
Dawson's came after that. But okay, I'll leave the rest of it. It's really good.
So,
I'm enjoying it. So I haven't finished it, but it's good so far.
2 more things. One, speaking of the Kmart episode, saw today. Kmart used to be, big giant retail. I mean, hell, it was in Dawson's Creek.
It's true.
3 Kmart's left.
Is that
After
right?
New Jersey just shut a bunch down.
Did you ever think there'd be no Kmart's?
I mean, basically, once Venture left forever ago, is nothing sacred anymore. It was only a matter of time.
Yeah, I guess.
One day it's going to be Target.
Right.
You know?
Nothing is sacred. It's true. Not that Target's sacred by any means. Well, to some people, it's probably sacred.
How dare you? How dare you?
But yeah, that's crazy.
No. Okay, one last thing.
Okay.
All of a sudden, season 6, boom, switch flips. Michelle Williams has the weird short haircut.
Yeah.
This is her star has risen at this
Correct.
point in Hollywood. Do you remember, because this is your wheelhouse in history, do you remember what she was doing at the time?
Early 2000, right?
Yeah. Maybe this would have been 02, I would.
Yeah, I don't know if she was doing anything real, because all of her success was Brokeback, when she got nominated for that. What was it, Manchester by the Sea? She got nominated for that. Those are all late 2000
I feel
movies,
like she had
right?
to be. Was she?
She could have been doing something, but
why do I feel was she in one of the Scream movies? Wasn't she? And maybe in Scream 2. But I don't think they were making it by then.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like that haircut just was such a dramatic change. Right. It had to be.
Yeah, there's some reason for it, but yeah, I don't know. She was still, I don't know, middling around. I think. I don't think maybe she was doing some movie, but. Yeah.
All right. Well,
nothing
jumping out. All right. Yeah. Whatever. The haircut changed.
All right. Her hair changes a couple times in 6.
Yeah, but that was a big one.
Yeah. For
big
sure.
one.
For sure.
All right. That's a lot of Dawson's Creek talk. I think we only have.
It makes sense since we just watched The Masters to start the show with Dawson's Creek.
Well, I noticed in our notes, I didn't even put The Masters in it. I noticed either. You didn't. Do we need to talk about The Masters?
No. I guess, do we need to I don't want to say apologize to Scotty Scheffler, because I think we gave him his due. We were a little I can't believe he's the number 1 player in the world. So I guess I apologize to Scotty for that.
And along those lines, Ryan Q Info posted something day 1 or 2. So Scotty Scheffler is the best player in the world.
Right. Yeah.
It's how can you?
Yeah.
It's hard to argue with it.
Yeah. I still think he looks like he's 40 and not 25. I still can't believe he's 25 years old.
Yeah,
that's baffling.
Well, and I do. I feel like I've been watching him play professional golf since Ricky Fowler came on the scene.
Right.
Nope. I don't know. It was a fun Masters, and it's funny because how much everybody's tune changed by Sunday. Tiger was a moot point and leaking oil.
Yeah.
This Masters sucks. It's yeah. But technically, when Tiger wins the Masters by 20 in previous efforts.
Well, I think a lot of the people that say that kind of stuff are just the Tiger watchers, right?
Right. Or
if he is up by 15 shots, it's an amazing Masters and they all love it.
Right.
That's really.
I thought it was fine. There were interesting events because of the wind and the weather. So, it was fine. I enjoyed it. It's probably the most I've watched a golf tournament this year. Course looked really good. Some just fascinating things over.
I really enjoyed. So I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of the broadcast. I watched a lot of the online stuff.
Yep.
So okay. So did you watch any of the broadcasts, or did you just watch the feature groups?
Mostly feature groups. Yeah. I watch Amen Corner a lot, and then every year I like that 4, 5, 6 feed.
Yeah.
Something about those 3 holes that I enjoy.
Because 6 is a fun hole. I like that par 3 is great.
They're all good. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I just really
But I like the feature groups because you got to see guys that you just don't get to see. I watched a full round of Tony Finau playing golf. I'm not a huge Finau guy or anything, but I just you don't get to see him that often, and some of these guys you just don't get to watch play. So that was kind of cool. I enjoyed that, just kind of hanging out with the feature groups. When the wind was blowing, I think on Saturday probably, uh, man, the shanks and the pull, like just the bad shots, like
Yeah.
that was in their heads, man. They were hitting terrible shots. Like I don't know how many times we saw shots go into from what was it, 11? No, what's the par three? 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from 11, it's that the shot you have to hit over the creek or whatever. They're sending balls into the patrons, watching shots off the tee box at 12.
Well, and then I saw also on Twitter someone said that at some point in time, like Tiger Woods said, one of the misses when they don't know what it's going to do at one of the holes in Augusta, like, yeah, they aim for the patrons because they're like, it's going to hit them and stay wherever.
In play, right? Yeah. That's fair. I saw a lot of shots on 12. Speaking of that, I don't know. I don't remember seeing this in the past. Guys overshooting the green, but still having it trickle down the hill back into a trap or like.
I feel
saw
like
a lot of that.
More often than not in the past, the ball stays up there and they have to hit that weird shot from the azaleas, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it was, but they're just ripping them back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fun. It was a fun Masters for me. I liked it. Rory going bananas on the back nine on Sunday was a lot of fun to watch.
Again, I think it was Ryan Q Info. If it wasn't, it was someone else. No, it wasn't. But it was someone. There's nobody in the world, in history, who plays better golf than when they have absolutely no chance at winning.
Yeah, I saw that tweet too.
I was like, it's so good.
It's fair. It's fair. Yeah, I think he'd actually, whoever that was, they posted his rounds in contention on Saturday and Sunday and rounds out of contention, and it was very clear. Like that dude, for whatever reason, at Augusta, just can't hold it.
What did he shoot? 64?
64, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the lowest round, tied for the lowest round ever on a Sunday.
Good old Roars.
Yeah.
Last Masters comment. So I'll just say I thought I wanted to put this in the notes. I'm like, I don't know. It's a little bit of sort of like, it's just something this person may not want me to talk about with them, but I'll say I was gambling with somebody else's money. I got a text Thursday morning and they're like, hey, I need you to download this app. I'll give you my account and place some bets.
Oh, okay.
I deposited it, but we can't place bets from our state.
Right.
Can you do it? And this was at 5 a.m. I don't wake up, So I took a picture when I did wake up and I saw the text like 8:15 and said, is it too late? So they put $100 and they're like, I don't care. Just go bet on whatever you want. Just let's have fun with it. See what happens. So, I picked like Paul Casey to win.
Whoops.
Yeah. Said, well, that lasted 3 holes.
Did you pick what's his name too? Uzi?
No. But I did. Then I picked, I put Tiger to win. Had to do it.
Right, of course.
Tiger to make the cut.
Nice.
So I made, that was $20.
Okay, I was going to say, I wonder what the line was on that.
So I put 20 on it, turned it into 40, right?
Okay.
I'm kind of mad about this one. I put Bernard to make the cut because he always does. And he got blown out.
Yeah, he did not make
So that wasn't great. I put Cam Smith to win
Ooh,
right in the beginning.
That's fun.
That one was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But it got to a point where, so Casey's dropping, Bernard's misses a cut.
Yeah.
I made a little money back with Tiger. And all right, I have $40 back in the account and it was just going all over the place.
Yeah. Were you putting it back in when you won it?
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm like, what do you want to just like cut our losses and we'll save it? Or do you want me to like keep going with it?
Yeah.
And I did, I want to say I did Cam Smith for like 5 birdies or more. That hit once. And Scotty Scheffler for 5 birdies or more. It hit.
Yeah.
Ended up finishing, started with 100. 97.50. That's like all the action and bets we were making.
That's kind of awesome.
And some of them like $5, some of them $20. I forgot which, but I did one for $30. I thought I had a shot at Shane Lowry, and so I had Shane Lowry to win with some like killer odds. That was gonna win me like $300.
Yeah.
Somehow, man, just chipping away from zero back up to that 97.50. I was like, that's not bad.
Yeah, it kept it fun, kept it entertaining.
Right. Well, and I definitely carried more than I've been carrying. You know what? I forgot. This is a thing for us now. We're using new microphones. And found this guy in the pocket. He was like, uh-oh.
You didn't mute yourself or anything? No, you didn't. Okay.
Let's just, is it? Yep. No, we're good. All right. So there's the Masters. I don't know. I play golf. We could talk about it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
No, you don't want to talk about your golf?
I don't have much to say. I'm finding the driver again, so that's nice. And it's like I'm not just finding it, but I'm hitting it far, so that's good. But man, I was thinking last year, post my hospitalization, I go, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, you'd seen it a few times. Like I was hitting the ball better than I have in forever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's long gone. My iron game is atrocious, and I mean, I'm trying different clubs. We're getting into some stuff. I'm swallowing pride. All these things. I can't figure it out.
Really?
Don't know. So my iron game's terrible. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's not great. So yeah, my golf, it's atrocious. But play with intern Grant, had a good time. This thing.
Oh yeah, did you use it?
Clean Flight. This thing. I mean, I've used it once and it was pretty good, and I had thoughts. But man, it is. Yeah. I mean, I still got the stuff in there. It's the best. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Just clean golf ball.
Yeah, it's funny. I obviously haven't been out since we played, probably, right? In Illinois?
Yeah, I think so.
And neither one of us brought it. I didn't bring mine.
No, and it's, I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else around here, but it's just mud ball city.
Oh, it's gross, yeah.
You hit a spot, you go, there's no mud to be had, and how's the ball caked in it? So, good thing clean that golf ball.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This Clean Flight, I'm telling you.
That's a big deal.
Real deal. Check it out.
That's a good deal.
I love this thing. So yeah, there's my golf. It was something. We played at Bowes Creek.
Yeah, how was it? Have you played there before?
No, first time.
Okay.
I have a lot of thoughts, and of course Jerry was like, "Oh, you don't like anything." I'm like, no. So we'll save that for one of our top 10 whatever course discussions.
Is it a top 10 course? Can you tell us that?
No, it's not. It's
okay.
Not. But it's not bad. By any means, but I have a whole discussion we can have about Bowes Creek and the Elgin golf scene in general.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right, man.
What else? Oh, you want to hear about my trip?
I do want to hear about your trip. Real bad. Tell me about it. I really want to talk about Cinnamon Toast Crunch bars this episode, but we won't.
We can talk about it right now if you want.
I did.
I had a box of them.
I had one in my bag for the round.
I had one in the Dominican Republic.
Nice. They're so good.
They are good. And it's like, I don't know how it keeps happening, but like every time I reach in, I have them in the ball bag.
Yeah.
Every time I reach in, there's another one in there. Yeah. Like it's just like
it's like I swore there was only like 12 in this box, but
yeah, but I had one in the Dominican. It was quite nice.
So good. So the Dominican, you played some golf, you got in the sun, had some heat.
Oh god, it was so great. Just the sun.
I can only imagine.
The sun is so great. Although my skin is already starting to fall off. Look at that.
Oh,
although it feels like it looks like I have tan under the tan, so that's nice. And then I head to Arizona in like 2 weeks anyway, so.
The struggle is real.
I'll be
Kris
brown
McEwen.
before you know it. Yeah, again. Anyways, it was a great trip. We've been there. We've been to this resort before. There is I think I talked about it. There's a PB dye course. Mm-hmm. Pete's kid designed this one. I guess he's done a bunch of resort courses. It's a dye course. The difference is like French Lick. It's kind of targety, a little more targety off the tee. It's a resort course, so like you just hit wherever you want, you'll be fine. The first round, I played with a retired Canadian couple.
Yep, naturally.
Yeah, the wife, both named Sandy. They were the Sandys. Yeah.
Husband and wife, both named Sandy.
Yeah, how about that, right? Married for like 40 years or something. Like, awesome human beings. The guy, Boy Sandy, was like one of those golf guys that like just full of one-liners. Yeah. Just all day, just peppering you with funny little quips.
Right.
None that you'd never heard before, and he wasn't just recycling typical golf stupid jokes. But so they were a lot of fun. She's a retired nurse. He was a retired restaurateur. He owned 4 restaurants in Canada, I think in the Toronto area. And there's a point to this story, listeners. It's just interesting. He started as a dishwasher for a restaurant.
Okay.
Worked his way up. The guy that owned the restaurant taught him accounting, and then eventually sold him the restaurant. So he had one restaurant. Would go on to open 3 more. He had 4 of them total. We pull up behind the foursome in front of us at one point. They're from Canada. One of them's wearing like a Canada golf shirt or something.
It's Graham Dillette.
And Graham Dillette. But they had gone to his restaurant. Like they knew of him, and they also had a friend. They'd played at the same golf course. It was just like this total random sort of thing, but it was just kind of cool to see, like, and they're like, "Hey, you're from Canada?" I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, that's a shame." Anyways, and they start. So I played from the whites with the Sandies, which is about 5,700 yards.
Okay.
Very windy that day. I shot myself an 84.
Attaboy.
It was kind of, and I think I could have done the unthinkable and potentially broke 80. But here's the thing. Boy Sandy could see that on occasion I'd run into a golf ball with the driver and it would go 290, right? Well, at a 5,600 golf course with some tailwinds.
Those will go.
And he's like, these par 4s that are 300 yards away. There's one that was 256 or something like that. It wasn't even driver. I chunked my 3-wood on that hole, but that's neither here nor there. It was then it's a 5-iron in, whatever. Right. But I did, I was just I hit 2 balls out of bounds trying to go for a green in 1. So there's your 4 shots right
that'll
there.
That'll get you,
right. But anyways, it was a fun round. The second round, though, was really, I played from the blues, 6,400, 6,300, whatever it was. Got paired up with a Russian man, married to a Ukrainian woman. So it was a very different round. It was like one of those conversations, just kind of like...
You're like, I don't want to,
but I mean,
how do I not ask you?
Right. The thing was, he had moved out of Russia. He and his family moved out of Russia like 4 or 5 years ago when he was going to have kids. He didn't really want his kids born in Russia. And I said, "Have you gone back?" And he's like, "No, they see me as a traitor, as an enemy, because I left Russia." And I was like, "Wow, dude." And then of course we got into the whole like Ukraine thing, and the best way, I think I restated what he had said in sort of American terms. Was basically because Ukrainians and Russians speak the same language. They are family. They're related. They would visit, go back and forth. Like it's basically if like Wisconsin invaded Illinois. Yeah. Right. I mean, that's kind of what they're experiencing. Like, why are you doing this? That's really what the big question is. Like, why are you doing this? Like we're all the same people, and you're basically killing, what they see. I mean, I'm just going, they see themselves as Ukrainians, obviously, but at the same time, like, like the Russians are kind of like family, like literally a lot of family. It was a great conversation. We had some other lighthearted conversations as well.
So where do they live now?
They're in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got twin boys that are 6. And they're down here. They're in the Dominican for like 4 months. Like he just works from there. They rent an apartment, and then they do he said they do a dad resort, which is the golf course. Then they do a kids resort, and then they go back to their apartment, and then they'll go back to the UK for school.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a bad life. I didn't get into what he did. I'm not sure I wanted to know.
Yeah, at that point, I had heard enough.
But he was an awesome dude. Really funny story, though. I almost forgot about this. So we get paired up. We're in the same cart together. I asked him, like, it's a resort. They're like, do you want your own cart? Do you want to pair up? Like, I assumed he would be like, I'll get my own cart. But he's like, whatever, I'll ride with you. I'm like, all right, that's cool. The second hole.
Resort golf, Kris. And I don't mean like.
There's no like.
I don't mean like Sand Valley Resort golf. I mean like Dominican, whatever.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Yeah.
I would love. I'd want to be a fly on the wall for it. I don't, because you'd be different. Like if I were there with you.
Yeah.
I just love to see you in this element. And I don't mean that negatively. Like I just would.
I think it'd be really funny. So the other thing too is like for the past since our last trip to the Dominican, I've been taking Spanish lessons every day since we left before like till the day we left, like some app or whatever. It's awesome, and I'm like I don't know if I can use the Spanish, but I would try, and it was kind of hysterical because I can speak it relatively well. I can get like sentences out. I can describe things, whatever. But when they say something back to me, like I have that look on my face, like
almost.
I mean, then I would go, "Inglés, por favor."
More like, I said this. I don't think I expected what was coming back.
Right, because then what happens is even like we had like our little guy, our little helper, at the resort.
Little guy, our little helper.
Yeah, like he was like I don't know what the name like. He's just like a guy in the lobby, and if you needed something, you would go to him and be like, "Hey, whatever." Like he booked my rounds of golf. Like, "Hey, man, can you book my rounds of golf?"
Is a concierge?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's a concierge.
But there's a little helper guy.
There's a bunch of them. There's like they're all over the place. We had a butler too, but everybody had a butler. The whole place has butlers. Anyways, the butler,
my butler.
The butler would make your reservations for dinner and stuff. Anyways, I forgot. I'd lost my train of thought. No, I would go up to him. The first time I talked to him, I greeted him in Spanish and I said something, whatever. And he was like, and he asked me if I speak Spanish. Like, habla español? Like he was so excited because I'm making the effort. And then he would just start talking to me like, nope, Gary, white dude from Chicago, man, just trying to like learn. He's like, oh, okay. But like they really embrace, like they want, to speak.
What is this, France?
Right. Anyways, yeah, so the guy jumped in the cart. We're on the second tee box, and he hits his drive. I already hit mine, and I'm sitting in the cart, and he's coming to, and his fly is down. So I'm like, Sergey, your fly's down, man. And he goes, I know. I was like, okay,
and that was
cool.
It? No follow-up?
No, nothing. Like, that was it. I know.
Rest of the round, his fly was down.
The whole round, his fly was down.
I respect that.
What am I gonna do? Like, big Russian guy, like, no, dude, come on, like, no. Like, I'm gonna challenge this guy.
I propose at some upcoming round, we play the whole thing with our flies down.
But we have to be with other strangers.
Right.
We have to... Okay, so now let's talk about the golf real quick, because this is the fun part. Not being on the shorter tees, like you play it more conventionally, driver here, hybrid off the tee, whatever, you're kind of playing to these shots. I'd played it once before. The wind wasn't nearly as bad, much easier. I had a chance on 18. If I birdied 18, I would have shot myself a 79. I was getting ready for Sergey to sign the card. Like, look, man, you have to vouch for this.
Then you did that to yourself. Then you had a shot.
So yeah, and it's one of those rounds where I shot a 42 on the front, and like feeling pretty good. By the way, the first round that I shot the 84, 12 putts on the front nine.
Jeez.
12 putts. It was quite the grindy up and down kind of round, because there's a lot of this, the Pete Dye stuff, right? Pushed up, like kind of the very kind of Langford Moreau-y sort of like these pushed up, and if you all false fronts, everything was a goddamn false front, and if you didn't hit the right spot on the green, you're going to come down the hill and be chipping up, whatever, 30 feet. Anyways, if I could birdie 18, I break 80 for the first time in my life, and I double bogeyed it. I drop kicked off the tee with driver. And now keep in mind, like, driver, I think I said it before, driver has not been an issue for me at all. So that's been fun. That's fun. But yeah, I drop kicked driver, and so not even to the fairway. And then I hit 5-iron left, yanked my 5-iron left, and then missed the green on the approach. Yeah.
I mean, it's what you got for going, hey, you're going to do
But it's funny, like, I hadn't had that feeling in a while where you're on, like, like, I didn't count my strokes. Like, I didn't count them, like, before I got to the 18th. But you look at the card and you're like, well, that's something.
Right.
Because you can look at it and be like, yeah, okay,
right.
Something's happening here. I think I have a shot. And so it was really just the back of my mind, like, I might be able to And then when I went back and added up, I'm like, oh yeah, I needed a birdie.
Are you a squares and circler?
I'm a dash for par, +1 for bogey, +2 for double, -1 for birdie.
So you don't even write like write like 4 or 5, whatever.
No.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you just add them up and you're like, oh, that's 12.
Well, that's exactly
12 over.
So that's exactly what I do. I write the number. So like double, I'll do 2 boxes, whatever. And I think, or if I have a triple, I might write like to the 3rd power.
So a box to the 3rd.
I'll
Oh, so you don't do the number. You just do the shapes.
I do the numbers.
Okay.
But like bogey just being a box, birdie being a circle, whatever. It's pretty easy. But every now and then you get into like, that's a lot of 3 boxes are tough to fit in there. Like, how do you do it? But same thing. So at the end, when I'm done, I don't go 4 + 6 + 3 + 5. I just go.
You count the shapes.
3 boxes.
Yeah.
2 circles. 1 box.
Right.
37.
Right. Yeah. I think it might have been Scotty and Mark, my brothers, might have taught me that method of just throw in what you're over or under.
Yeah.
And move on, because it takes me a second.
Listen, if you made it through TV talk, Captain Crunch Bar talk.
Finally, the value is here.
There's a little tip for you how to not have to do too much math on your scorecard.
And everyone that's come across my scorecards, it breaks their brain. They're like, "What is this?" They look at it and they're like, "I don't understand."
Who you playing match play with?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Right. I remember only one time, I think it was Riv and I were playing in a scramble, 2-man scramble, and a 2-person scramble, I guess it was, and that's how I kept scoring. I handed it in to the score guy.
And like, it doesn't work.
And he's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Look at it. It's pretty self-explanatory." But like, you couldn't.
I love that. So you like, oh, hang on, I got to turn a card in, so I'll keep it a conventional way. You're like, no. You figure it out.
You crack the code, mister.
You're running the tournament. It's your rules. You do it.
It's true. That's accurate.
I'm to the point now.
Darren too. When I went to Indiana with Darren and Mitch, Darren like saw my scorecard and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Keep it score, bro. What are you doing?"
Lay off me. All right. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where now it's like, you haven't written down a score. How do you know you're
really good at that? Yeah.
I go, I don't know what to tell you, because the first 3 holes were uneventful and were pars, and then that got out of hand. I got a double.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yeah. And I feel like you and my brother Mark, you guys keep that number in your head throughout your round and just keep like
you only have to make it 9 holes, because then you go, all right, I was 5 over on the front.
Yeah.
So then later when I go, all right, I was 5 over on the front. Now these days it's harder and harder to do, because it's like 6, 7, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But so that's even where it's like, good GPS watch. We'll just keep it in there.
Oh, okay.
Playing with Grant, and he has shot scope. Is that what you and the Riv have?
Yeah.
And same thing, the anxiety. You can tell, like, it causes you guys like having to tap into the flag every hole.
Oh, not the flag, but he's got to like do the. Oh, maybe that's new. I don't know.
Whatever.
But he's got to go and like do the.
All 3 of you now. Yeah. It's like,
I haven't worn that thing in forever around you. So
good.
But I eat a cinnamon toast crunch bar while you're.
I watch you guys doing that in the past. Fine, you haven't done it recently.
Yeah.
And he's saying like it drives him crazy, because then he forgets it, and then he has to go back and edit it anyways, because it's not perfect. And I go,
and that's why I don't use it anymore.
Why is this? This is causing. I couldn't handle that in my brain.
Yeah.
Like, this is too much. Even now with all the, we've talked about it. Foreshadow this, but the Precision Pro R1 rangefinder that.
Oh yeah.
Pairs up with your phone, has all these bells and whistles. Like, they're all really cool things, and all these watches, the shot track and stuff. I see the value in all of it. I just want to play golf.
Yeah.
I just how far? Like, don't make me.
That's why I think. I mean, I didn't mean this to turn into a versus episode. Maybe we should do that, but I think the Arcos is still the best of the bunch. Because it knows that stuff. It does a better job at tracking it. Like, the last thing I want to do is go back and edit around. Like, my numbers are not that important to me. I already know that I hit whatever distance. Like,
I think the value in those types of tools is certainly good, and you can learn from them and practice and get better.
Sure,
To me, I don't need those to tell me like, God, I'm still missing the fairway right like crazy.
Right.
I had 4 3-putts today. Like, I don't need that data. And that's fine if you do. I'm not saying that begrudgingly, but it's almost like I'm just not a good person. I think hey, we're gonna make this that range life topic this week, talking about these devices and have a riveting conversation. Like, I'm just not that guy.
I love data. I think data is a lot of fun to go through, but I don't want to have to go through and clean it up after my round.
I don't want to have to do if it just did it.
Right.
And it sounds like Arcos is close to it, but even it is not in the process. It's almost like ShotLink on TV, where these guys just go play golf and somebody's following them, capturing it all. Like, if that's all I had to do, great.
I think maybe it's better. I found more value in when I use ShotScope much more kind of religiously was earlier in my golf career, where I didn't know that data, which kind of Grant is. Like, Grant's still trying to figure out a lot of that stuff, so maybe he's finding value in it. But at a certain point, I was just like, I know my game. I don't need it.
I get the value in it. Like, it's good if you can get that insight, great, do it. And especially if you can do it in an easy way. For me, what kills me is I can't do that much. Instagram's not going to check itself on the golf course. I can't be worrying about all my shot data and stuff too.
But at this point, we've been playing golf for long enough. We know our flaws. We know all our misses. Like, what is any shot tracking, ShotLink, the best in the best of, like, what is that going to tell me that I don't already know?
That I'm still not very good. I got it.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Unless I'm like Dustin Johnson with TrackMan hitting different wedges to get my distances on those, which is how he got so much better, basically. Then I'm in on that. But like my regular game, like, dude, I know, I got it.
Right.
Although I'll say this is new that I've learned. I'm not hitting slices anymore. Remember my swing thought? Mm-hmm. My swing thought has changed my miss to just a pull left.
You just asked me if I remember the swing thought, and I was like, no, because we talked about that like 3 weeks ago. And so, same thing. And the neighbor's like, hey, I saw whatever, and you were talking about this. I go, what? I go, when did I talk about that? He's like, oh, maybe you guys were like in the bag. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Right. We say words and then we forget those words.
Like Kris will the next day be like, oh man, this thing. Did we talk about that on the show? I go, and I told the guy, we have show notes where we write down, we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff. And I still forget we talked about it. Yeah. So same thing, I'm like, I remember the swing thought episode. I'm like, I can't remember what he said.
Oh, I'm pointing the golf head, the club head. At the target. Yeah. For those that are just tuning in, maybe this is their first episode.
You're just joining us,
right? Just joining us. Yeah, I'm pointing the club head at the target, and by when I say that, I mean I'm making a fuller turn.
I got you.
Yeah. Well, I'm just but
no, I'm just relating.
But so now it's either straight, a draw, or it's not a terrible pull. Like the ball stayed in play at the resort, not a big deal. Not big. I didn't even mean it that way.
Not a big deal.
I didn't mean it that way. But yeah, that seems to be like people talk about. I don't know how. I'm still not sure how I feel about like eliminating one side of the golf course, because I do like hitting a fade sometimes. I just like to have it be controlled, like do it when I want to. But yeah, right now, slices is not my problem, which is really fun.
I don't know about you, and I think of our conversations about swing thoughts where I'm like, I don't know, I don't really like to go down that route, but like this year I'm getting close to. I think we might have to have one, and I know one. I think I know what it is, and then I go, I don't know how I'm going to make myself do it though.
Yeah.
Because every time I try to do it, I can't. I'm just going to leave it at that for now.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of yours, like for all you know, you aren't even doing it.
It doesn't matter.
But it's like in your head, you go, I just know when I think this and I feel like I do it, I'm getting good results.
Yep.
Good enough.
I've yet to. I can't wait till one of you guys see it and be like, oh my God, you're Jim Furyk. Hey, when did you turn into Matthew Wolff?
I say, hey, Matt Wolff, take it easy over there.
By the way, Matt had another club breaking incident at the Masters. Did you catch that?
Yeah. I did.
It's very fun.
But then,
he snapped it like off the ground, like it made like a really funny noise, and it was like.
That's what I'm here for. I like those ones. The Hudson Swafford one where it just sheared off, right. And then did you see all the like PXG backlash happening on Twitter?
Oh no!
And people are like, first off, shit like that happens with golf equipment.
All the time.
And
yeah.
A guy at work told me when it happened, so I went back and looked at it, and I said, well, I know how to build golf clubs, and I'm okay at it. I know how clubs break. I know where builds fail, etc. I still don't know how that happened, because chances are that wasn't like a new club that day.
Right.
He's hit a bunch of shots with it. I'm sure he did something at some point, like maybe he hit a root in a practice round or something.
Yeah, I wonder, or like travel.
But just to right at the hosel right there, just snap like that. And so the amount of people on Twitter who are like, PXG, I guess your clubs aren't that good. Well, take it easy. The club didn't break. The shaft broke. Who knows what went into that build? Right. Who did what? There's so many things. But people on golf Twitter is just the best. And you know me, I'm not a PXG guy.
Right.
So then
PXG, they're just looking for a reason.
And PXG, I think her name was Brianna, replying to all of them, hey,
no shit,
it was a third-party builder that built that club for him, but we already got it taken care of, and there's this weird like blame casting happening.
Yeah.
And so everyone then starts replying to that like, this is a pretty bad look. First off, this guy's a pro, and it's a third-party builder that like doesn't know what they're doing. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then of course you have people going, well, actually it does, because the pros, a lot of them do X, Y, Z. And finally one guy goes, listen, PXG, all you should have said was, hey, yeah, it's unfortunate, but we got him a new 6-iron. He's back on his way.
Right.
God, PXG, always just killing it out there in the social media and worldview.
All right.
That's still funny. All right, I thought of another Grant. You know what? I'm gonna tell it. Grant golf story before we go. First hole, Bowes Creek. Neither of us have ever played it. It's cold. It's windy.
Yeah. That was Sunday you guys played?
Sunday,
yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it had to blow all the cold air out to get that nice warm weather we had in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Grant hits mediocre-ish drive, nothing special. Hits an approach shot, left. I'd say left maybe pin high, but still has a lot of work to do. Big drainage area on the left front. Let's call it a 45-yard wedge shot.
Okay.
Holds out for birdie.
You remember when we were playing at St. Andrews? He almost had that hole out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. It's a great shot.
Good for him, man.
And so he does that, and I go, here's the problem, Grant. I go, you're not good enough for that on the first hole, so you're gonna have a day. Said golf's gonna be mad at you, and sure enough,
really,
golf came storming back. There was one hole, and part of it is I don't think he knows what shots to play yet, whatever.
Right.
But one of the things about Bowes Creek, there's a lot of water for the sake of there being water, and tee shot, right into the water. Okay, drops, hits another shot. Right into the water, and I think he had an 8 or something on the hole, and I go, you hold out for birdie
right on
the first hole. You did this to yourself.
Right. You had this coming.
You had no shot. You had no chance of playing. Like, you didn't play bad, but you definitely didn't play good. I go, you had no chance at success once you pissed off God of golf. You can't do that. That's on you, Grant. He's like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But
he'll learn.
It was a really cool shot, and now you can tell people about that.
That's all you need to tell. Yeah, when they ask you how the round was, like, I
don't tell them to watch this video.
Chipped it on the first hole.
All right, man. Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
I feel like we're getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're back in the garage. We're happy to be here. Sorry if the show is mediocre, all right?
I mean, if you haven't come to expect a mediocre show out of us, then that's on you. That's like, come on.
But thank you for telling your friends to subscribe and staying with us every week.
That's
true.
We love
you for it.
That's true.
What do you have going on?
Okay. We've got, I might just rename the YouTube channel to Bill Unboxes Things.
You already tried that. You can't change the name of the channel.
It's like, But I'm just saying, you've got a lot of unboxings coming up.
When I'm looking around here,
yeah,
there's things that aren't 1, 2, 3 that we didn't even do unboxings for.
Well, why not? I'll take them home with me, so I can do an unboxing for once.
One of them because I didn't know what it was when I got it.
Even better.
Well, so I didn't think it was a thing, and I opened. I'm like, oh, all right. The other two, you can see there. Frankly, I tried. I thought of things. There's just not an unboxing to do here because we have.
Yeah.
Boy, do we have some videos planned for these things that are going to be so good.
Got some content plans.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for those videos. But
so when this video drops, I think there's a rangefinder unboxing that will have been. Anyways, yeah, so that's on its way. That's on its way. And then our pals from Noonan Golf were on the podcast. And I'm finally releasing that one. I've had a...
So say, wait a minute, that was a long time
ago.
I've
had some downtime, and then I didn't want it to compete with the Masters. And now I feel... I told them that I was going to hang on to it until like golf season was much more golf seasonery.
Oh, yeah, right.
Exactly. And so, yeah, I'm going to release that episode, which is really, really, really funny. Those dudes are the best, and we're going to have them on here. On the podcast / YouTube show here. I haven't told you about it yet, but we've got some ideas.
I see. Obviously, I'm arguing. No, not those guys.
So yeah, they're gonna come on and we're gonna have a fun little draft. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's the rule.
Yeah.
Come on the show, gotta do a draft.
I feel like we're due for a draft too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So stay tuned. Hit the bell, all that kind of stuff. Subscribe the next couple of weeks.
You'll get notified when that video comes up.
What do you have?
Let's see, this week we have the Tour Edge Exotics E722 Hybrid. That thing, I'm just going to say it, might be the highlight of the Exotics 7 Series Metalwoods this year.
Really? That is saying something.
A lot of really good, as good as the whole lineup is.
Yeah.
Legit, you watch the gear talk, hopefully, on the drivers.
Card.
It's all great, but this thing is insane. Ball speeds are crazy. Just monster distance. I think for you like that 721 hybrid so much, and came your old faithful. This thing's like that thing on steroids.
Really?
Yeah, it's incredible. So sneak peek to that review. Go read it. We'll do a gear talk with it soon because I want to see what you think and how it performs for you. Yeah. And then what was the other thing?
I hit that hybrid a mile. I hit that hybrid in the Dominican, and that was one of the Sandies, like, Jesus Christ, Kris. Like, one of those, like, just...
Wait till you hit...
Hammered.
Wait till you
hammered
hit
hybrid.
This pig. It goes. Like, I'm talking like I hit it, just like, pfft. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
like, that was my reaction.
Yeah.
And then you could do it over and over and over again.
Right.
Then we have the new Golf Pride CPX grip. It's the softest grip they've ever made. It's Here's the thing I love about it. The traction pattern on it is inspired by classic BMX grips. And so I went down like...
You're still in my heart.
Right. I went down memory lane of thinking all the like... When Haro and Redline were still cool bikes and original like GT and dyno models that now are, junk. But back then they weren't.
God, dynos were like...
Right.
God, I had a dyno. It's amazing.
And then you had the one that got stolen.
That was a dyno.
The dyno, yeah. It still breaks my heart, that story.
Oh my God, it's the worst. I don't even know why I brought it up. It makes me so sad every
There's
time.
some guy
who
lives around here with kids, and he's a BMX guy, and I think we've talked about it when you've told the story maybe.
Yeah.
And anytime he rides by, and he's very nice, like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, oh, hi. And we're like, where can I get a cool BMX bike at a like decent price because I want back in this game.
All right. Anyways, the grips. Review on the website.
Got a review on them. Check it out, drivingheroes.com.
Links in the description.
In the description.
As always.
All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming and joining me again, Kris. It's so good to see you
good to be
in
back.
person.
Oh, man.
Welcome back to Chicago.
Thanks,
how
man.
you doing? That's Kris McEwen at Kris McEwen on social medias. I'm Bill Bush, drivingrangeheroes.com, at Range Heroes. This has been That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you next time.